Hello friends and welcome back to Pokemon News. Today we'll be talking about the Pokemon news in the Nintendo Direct that occurred today, June 21st, as well as some of the games I saw in there that I thought would be really cool that might end up on the channel at some point. So let's get started talking about what happened Pokemon-wise in the Nintendo Direct. First of all, they showcased the DLC a little bit better, showing some actual gameplay footage. For the Teal mask, we saw that this area is going to be a rural area and that there's going to be some sort of festival going on. So there's going to be like shops and stalls, games, stuff like that. It showed off the new legendaries again, that trio, as well as the masked Pokemon. And the information on the website revealed that the masked or the trio is going to have a new ability, which is going to be called Toxic Chain. And it's when you hit those Pokemon with a move, you become badly poisoned. So basically, it's like Poison Touch, but with Toxic. So that was pretty interesting information. For Indigo Disc, we see that we're going to be traveling to another school, which is going to be called the Blueberry Academy. It's going to be floating in the ocean. And they introduced the leader of that academy as well as a older student who's going to show you around since you're like a exchange student. There's going to be a terrarium in the school that apparently will have 4 different zones where we'll be able to find Pokemon. So there's not going to be like a new route or new area to go through. There's just going to be this terrarium to find Pokemon in. It seems to indicate that the school is going to be more battle focused than your school in the actual base game was. So this might end up being some sort of like battle tower, battle tree sort of mechanic built into this, as well, of course, as the Pokemon in Area 0, which is causing terastallizing. They didn't really focus on that, though. They showed it for like a few seconds. They focused more on the school for the video. They also announced that there will be a new Tera raid event that starts today that's going to feature chest form Gimmighoul. The raids for this event are going to be level 1 through level 5, and 5-star raids have a regular shiny chance. So you can get shiny Gimmighoul for the very first time by participating in these raids, and these raids will be going into July, so they're going to be going for the next week or two. So you have time to get them if you're looking for one. They also announced a new mystery gift code, which is Treasure Hunt, and you receive 10 nuggets, 10 rare candies, and a friend ball for typing that code in. So something you should definitely redeem as soon as possible. Finally, they did announce that the new Detective Pikachu game is going to be coming. You're going to return to Rhyme City and play as Detective Pikachu and his bud and solve mysteries again. That's going to be coming out October 6th. Let's move out of the Pokemon realm for just a little bit. I know it's Pokemon news, but there's a lot of other games that Nintendo highlighted, and some of them might end up on the channel later, so I figured I just go over the ones that caught my eye while I was watching. The first one I saw that was really interesting is Palia. It's like an Animal Crossing game, and it's going to come to the Switch in the holiday season. You're going to fish, catch insects, forage, and grow your community in Palia. It looks a little bit more folksy, a little bit more like medieval, a little bit more old school, but it does look fun. It's not as cutesy as Animal Crossing is, but it does seem like a pretty cool game. They do have a website, so if you want to go to Palia's website, you can check out the game there. Apparently, you can play a beta version on the PC if that's something you're interested in doing. The next game I saw that was really interesting to me was Myth Force. It's a new game from Epic that aims to mimic the look and feel of an 80s Saturday morning cartoon. So if you think like He-Man, other games like that, so it's kind of like this fantasy medieval world. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler. You're going to go into dungeons. You can play with up to 4 people, and you're heroes with magic and weapons, and you fight monsters. So kind of a fun smash 'em up type game. Nintendo also announced that they're going to be remaking Super Mario RPG with new graphics, and it's going to just look much better on the Switch. This is a game that I never got to play, so it's something that I'm really excited about, and I really want to play once it comes out on the Switch. You're going to play as Mario, Peach, and Bowser, and some other heroes that I don't recognize, and it's in more of a traditional RPG style. So if you think more of like a Final Fantasy or other games like that. That's the kind of structure of the game. They also teased a Peach game that will star Peach as the central hero. They did not give a title or a release date for this game, but they did show off just a little bit of footage, and Peach went through like a Sailor Moon transformation at one point in that video, which was kind of neat. So look forward for that. More information coming your way for that one. Luigi, Mario's brother, is also going to be getting a new game on the Switch, although it's not really a new one. You're going to be getting a port of Luigi's Mansion 2, which originally came out on the 3DS. So now 2 and 3 will be available on the Switch. So maybe they'll port over Luigi's Mansion 1 and you'll have all 3 of them available too, if that's something you're really into. I know my son's really excited about this one. Something I'm personally very excited about, the Arkham Trilogy from Rocksteady is going to be released on the Switch. All 3 games together as one. So excited. They're really fun games. I really enjoy them. This is something I definitely want to get in the future. Now, if you've never played the Arkham Trilogy, this is a great opportunity to have to play them. Dragon Quest Monsters was announced, which is, if you've never played Dragon Quest before, usually you're a human player fighting monsters. In Dragon Quest Monsters, you become a monster tamer. So it's kind of like a Pokemon version of Dragon Quest, where you control the monsters as a tamer, and you battle other tamers who have their selection of monsters. It definitely has an RPG style of fighting. So if you've ever played the Dragon Quest games, this fighting style is very similar. But this also matches up with games like Final Fantasy. Pikmin 4 is coming, and there are some new features that they showed off in the trailer. The first one being that you'll have a dog companion this time, so you'll have a little fluffy friend who follows you around and helps you out, and he can fight enemies and help you carry stuff and things like that. You can customize your character, which looks pretty cool. You can actually go out during the nighttime in this game, unlike in past games where you always went up into your ship at night. You can actually go out during the nighttime in this game after you've gotten a little bit into it. There's some new Pikmin types, and there's just a lot going on. So this seems to be another great installation of the Pikmin series. Speaking of Pikmin, Pikmin 1 and 2 are also going to be ported onto the Switch. I believe they are already available digitally, but you have to wait until around September for physical copies if that's something you're interested in. The next one I saw that was interesting was Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a platformer game that centers around Penny and her yo-yo. She goes around, it looks like kind of like a more modern city type landscape with her yo-yo. Fights monsters, collects coins, you know. Think Super Mario 64, but with a yo-yo and this girl. They touched on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass. Wave 5 is going to be coming this summer with 8 new courses. They did show off one brand new course, which looks kind of like a kitchen bathtub sort of area. And then they also introduced that there will be 3 new playable characters in the game with this DLC, including Petey Piranha, Kamek, and the Wiggler. They did touch on Tears of the Kingdom, although it just did come out. And the Tears of the Kingdom information was that there will be 2 new amiibo that will be released for the game. The first one is Link with his new arm, and the second one is the new Ganondorf. So those are the 2 new amiibos that have been announced for Tears of the Kingdom. The final thing that they showed off is Super Mario Wonder, and it's a new side-scrolling Mario game. It's just like any other Super Mario Bros. You've ever played. You scroll to the right, and you run and jump and land on things. The new item that they showed off is the Wonder Flower, and it makes the terrain change, wiggle, etc. when you hit it. They did also show off at the very end an elephant transformation. Mario turns into an elephant. Don't know what that has to do with the game, but it seems really interesting. And it just looks like a really crisp, clean game, something that you could expect from Nintendo. So that's something I'm very excited about as well. Did you watch the Nintendo Direct? What are you the most excited about? If you haven't watched it, it is still available on YouTube. You should go on and watch. It's got a lot of stuff in there, stuff that I didn't cover even. So if you want to see everything that's going to be coming up, definitely worth a check out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more Pokemon news.